Brett Favre is a little bit underappreciated because of the way things ended with coming out of retirement, the Jets in Minnesota. Is he at all underrated?
I think he is. I mean, the Hall of Fame is made for guys like Brett Favre. Brett, you talked about the respect he had from his own teammates. He's probably the most respected player ever to play in this league from a player standpoint. I used to sit in the huddle. We were in that black and blue division when we were ascending as a team in Tampa, and we'd be in the midst of a tight game at Lambeau Field, and Brett would just remind you why and how to play the game. He'd be over in the huddle. It was a timeout. We're all stressed out saying, the game's on the line. Fellas, come on, everyone, do your job. He'd be in the huddle doing the YMCA, leading the whole crowd, cutting up, having fun. It's the way he played, and he was an excellent football player, as tough as they come. Tony Dungy used to tell us all the time, Brett's going to throw you. Before the game, he'd say, Brett's going to throw you. You're going to have 5 opportunities for interceptions. If we catch 3 of them, we'll win. If not, if we drop him and he throws it harder than anybody in this league, he'll beat you. He's too good. And every week it would come out just like that. And he's one of the great players ever to play this game.
Listen, for a guy like you that played in the NFL for a long time, and now you've moved into the broadcasting world, the thing about Brett Favre, there's a disconnect between what players and coaches believe and know and what fans think. And so I think a lot of times fans got caught up like, John Madden's overhyping Brett Favre, blah, blah, blah. But John Madden was actually probably just reflecting what players and coaches thought that fans maybe didn't really understand.
Yeah, that's, he had it from players, he had it from opponents, he had it from coaches. When you were on the field with him, there was no doubt the presence. You just talk about presence. That guy had it all and was a tremendous, tremendous player.
All right, keep it 100 with me. Don't dodge this question. Yeah. Don't be humble. Another Hall of Fame class is going in. Right. You played in 9 Pro Bowls. You won a Super Bowl. You're really respected around the league. How, this time of year when guys are going into the Hall of Fame, how do you feel?
Well, it's been easy the last 5 years. I think I've been a finalist for 3 or 4 years now. And 3 of those years, Warren Sapp, my old teammate, went in, Derek Brooks, and Tony Dungy went in. So I'm thrilled for them. And so that's kind of softened the blow. This is the last of those guys. I'm ready for it to happen if it's going to happen. I understand it's tough in my position in particular for whatever reason. Almost as much for the sake of that argument, though, it's time that safeties start getting in. I think a long time ago, the position kind of was what the namesake is, a safety, the last line of defense. You turn on during the playoffs now, safeties are taking over games. You're asked to do.
Matthew.
Yeah, it's Rodney Harrison with the New England Patriots, Troy Polamalu, and I think the position deserves its due, and I would love to be the guy to lead that charge.
This is the one show you can be 100% honest when I ask you this question. Don't run from this question. I'm old enough to remember Roger Worley with the St. Louis Cardinals. Took him a long time to get in the Hall of Fame. I think white DB, it's a little bit tougher going to get into the Hall of Fame.
I never thought of it like that. I know that the position.
Do you remember Roger Worley?
I know who he is.
I'm old enough to remember.
I'm not old enough to remember, but I have heard of him, and I don't know what the holdup's been. People ask all the time, do you think you're worthy? And I've always been taught to let other people. But yes, I do believe I belong.